Howdy folks, Don Bruce here, with some exciting news. Today we finally released version 11 of Minecraft Transport Simulator. Now, this has been an update we've had in the works for many months now, and it's been basically a full overhaul of the code. There's some things that are of course that are the same, but I'm here to show you all the new exciting things you can do in version 11 and give you basically a tour of how the system operates. For you veteran players, it shouldn't be too different, but for your new people, this is a great way to just see what the mod's all about. So, first thing that's changed in version 11 is the content pack system. Now, there's actually people making other content packs besides the official vehicle pack. I'll get into those a little bit later, but for the moment I'll show you what's in the current pack. Of course, there's engines and what have yous. I mean, you got the GMC Brigadier, the Vulcanair, all those good things. But what has changed is, well, one of the things we have car gauges, but everything is now in the pack. It used to be that the parts were in the main mod and the vehicles themselves were in the pack, but now even the parts are in the pack. Hence why you can have custom creators with like different engines in their packs. You could have different seats, different gauges, all sorts of different things. So that's the general gist of it, is everything's in the pack, and that took longer than expected. So anyway, so let's get out a Scout. This guy should be familiar to all the people of you who have been driving around. So let's see, medium wheel. As you can see, we now put a little bit more descriptions here. You can see how high it can climb. In this case, it can climb 1.125 blocks. It's a wheel, obviously, and it does not float. Simple enough. So you've got that, engine, yep. Some new seats, why not? And let's get a wrench too. So, there's a Scout. Again, holograms are nice. Just click, 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 and click. And again, engine goes inside the engine bay. Far easier to see these things now. And some seats. I might as well put 4 in, it doesn't hurt me. Of course, lots of gauges since there's the content packs and everyone wants their own gauges, but that's okay. So I'll need a tachometer for the AMC i4 engine. I'll take a speedometer. I prefer blocks per second, but we have it in kilometers an hour and miles per hour. And let's see, an engine temperature gauge wouldn't hurt. And well, I don't have a fuel gauge. I put a creative engine in. How about electrical gauge, just to make sure I don't run the battery down. So anyways, same thing. Again, you press the Z key to start. Now you can actually see how fast you're going. Once again, you start in neutral, so pressing the W key for gas doesn't really do anything. There is a red line limiter in this version now, so if you floor it, you're not going to like really kill your engine by over revving it, but as you can see, the temperature gauge is going up, so obviously as smoke starts coming out of the engine, it means you can slow down. Anyways, so again, you can drive like normal. This, of course, one has the automatic transmission, so gears shift just fine. Basically everything's the same. One of the things that the Scout does have now is actually lights. So yeah, nice lights for that, and also has headlights. No, don't go backwards. So yeah, Scout is actually fully equipped, so you have gauges, you have headlights, all sorts of fun things. Steering has been upgraded a little bit, so vehicles don't slide around and turn super crazy. And that's about it from a car standpoint. There's not too much different. So, that's Scout. Also added some sounds for when you scrape on things. So, anyways. So that's that. That's a Scout. Of course, the other vehicle I mentioned was the fire truck, and this one has a few, well, medium wheel I could put on there, but fire truck should probably have a large wheel. Let's put one of those. Now, I want you to pay careful attention to this back wheel here. Right now, there's only one holographic box, and when I right-click, another holographic box appears for the outer wheel. This is because parts can now be dependent on other parts. So this fire truck won't let you put the outer wheel on until the inner wheel is on. Similarly, if I was to hit the inner wheel, the outer wheel would come off because it's dependent on that. The same thing goes on airplanes, which I will demonstrate in a moment. Again, get a seat. Don't really, well, I probably should have a tachometer because this one takes a Detroit engine and that's kind of easy to mess up. I'll take the Detroit tachometer, and again, blocks per second. I really don't need anything else besides that. Let's see. Do that, and get the HUD up here. Alright. So yeah, far easier not to redline your engine and break things. So one of the other things we have now with vehicles and everything in a pack is different sounds. As an example, the fire truck has a different horn. It also comes equipped with a siren. If I can remember. No, that's the one. So yeah, sirens, lights, all the fun things you're going to need to take your fire truck around the city. Anyways, that's enough fun with that. So, again, fire truck. Nice, another new addition, and great thing to have around. Also did some tweaking, so your lights won't drain your battery really quick anymore. They'll still drain your battery, but it'll be a matter of many minutes instead of a few seconds. So that's kind of it for vehicles. The only other thing is now vehicles can also have parts. So here's a Brigadier, here's a flatbread, and here's a crate. Here's also a logging bed. So if I take the Brigadier, as you notice, now it comes with just a frame. Again, needs some wheels. Again, as you can see, parts are dependent based on positions. Stuff you've already seen. However, I can put a logging bed on here, which won't let me put any crates on because it already has stuff on it. However, if I take the logging bed off, and I prefer the stake bed to be honest, put a stake bed on, then you can put crates inside the stake bed and access their inventory because it's made to hold inventory. So, not bad. This way, if you really wanted to, you could just take everything off. Come on, go away, crate. Fine, be like that. Anyways, so you can take anything off and you can swap your beds out. Easy peasy. That's pretty much it from the vehicle standpoint. Again, other packs, there's other instruments, stuff like that. One other thing I want to mention with airplanes, they didn't get that much of an update, but many of you will be very happy to see this. Where I put a seat, need a seat. So let me get one of these guys there. This guy takes a small wheel, like always. That has not changed. Lycoming engine. And if you notice here, it says small 3-bladed propeller dynamic pitch. That means that as you go faster and faster, the pitch of the propeller will slowly increase to the point that you can get a higher pitch. So it'll basically start out with a low pitch, which is great for climbing and taking off, and then switch to a higher pitch when you're going faster for a speedy run. However, it also has one other benefit, which let me start it up. throttle a little bit. And it is simply, you can have reverse thrust in airplanes now. That reverses the pitch of the propeller, and lets it go in reverse. Now, it goes in reverse, but not that well. Of course, you're running a propeller backwards, that's kind of stalling out, so... yeah, that's the throttle key. It's mainly meant for stopping, not backing up, of course, hence why backing up is slow as molasses, and if you keep this up, you will burn your airplane up, which is, of course, never fun. But it does allow you to back out of hangars, back out of taxiways, or if you run into a wall, you can, I see smoke from the other side. Yeah, basically, lets you back up. Not fast, but it's not supposed to go fast as reverse as it can in forwards. So, another new feature. That's about it for the packed features here, as far as I remember. I mean, of course, again, you have vehicle gauges, gauges go in other places. Let me show you one of the new packs. This is the Blackstone Civilian pack, which also uses the U&U parts pack. This one comes from Dr. Professor Luigi. Yes, that's the same Dr. Professor Luigi that made the pack for Flans mod. So, again, if you wanted to, you can go grab some of his parts, put on some wheels, and I'm assuming the VW engine probably takes the Volkswagen. And did that, and parts, I believe he said it was a P3 seat, if I remember right. Yep, there we are, green light. So there we go. And of course, being a VW, it's a manual transmission, so if I keep it floored, bad things happen. But yeah, now I'm driving a Volkswagen Beetle down the city street instead of a Scout or a fire truck or other fun things. But he has, of course, this. He's got vans, some Corvairs, pretty interesting stuff. Follows up, hazmat van, police van, and if I remember right, the police van does have a siren. Let me check on that. Oops, nope, that's not right. Let me see if that has a siren, or if I am mistaken. No, no siren. Perhaps later. Anyways, that's one of the two pack sets out. The other one that's out is from Adam RK. And goodness, this is a detailed one. So I don't know how well it handles on toasters, but you've been warned if you have a less than powerful PC. I don't know if this is for you. Let's see, what am I missing? Oh yeah. He's got a whole bunch of different little wheel clutches and stuff you gotta put on first. I keep forgetting that. There we go. That one goes there, that one goes there. Oh, where's that other wheel clutch? There we go. Then you gotta put these three on. Then you can put the wheels on. And there we go. So then that wheel goes on. That one, and then that one, that one, that one, that one. Just think. Don't know why this one goes on the inside second. That's rather annoying. It's hard to get to, too. Anyways, there we go. Need that. Need a seat. Need a second seat. And where'd that engine go? Engine. Thought that was the engine. There it goes, hiding. I see a green box. Alright. This one is probably better seen at daytime. Well, I'll start it up in the nighttime. want something to just practically parade around your entire city, this is definitely a good one. Also, make sure you make your street lights on. That's not gonna fly. Yeah, you have that, of course, and daytime so you can see something. Basically, the entire drivetrain system is animated, and I just lost my front wheel. That's just fantastic. So yeah, you can get incredibly detailed with MTS. That animate. He also has the entire steering linkages animate. That's quite impressive, to be honest. So yeah. So there's that. So you can have totally different levels of detail. You can make it super, super detailed, or you can just make a plane out of wood. It is totally your call. Let's see. I believe that's really it for the update. Just wanted to... Oh, no, it's not. I forgot about these things. We also added decorations for your city. People have been complaining about lack of things. Also, I should probably mention how parts are made now, too. That would be an excellent thing to do. If you get forgetful, of course, the manual has lots and lots of things. In fact, we changed the chapters around, so there's quite a few new chapters. Wouldn't hurt to brush up on that. Anyways, so now vehicles are made in their own crafting benches. So drafting table, again, you can cycle through your packs here on the top. Then you can cycle through the vehicles using left and rights. So, lots of nifty vehicles. The same thing goes with the other benches. The wheel workbench is obviously for wheels, or in pontoons, of course. It's really any ground devices, but wheels and pontoons kind of the same. You have the table saw, which lets you make seats and what have yous. And crates, basically anything that goes in a seat slot. The engine hoist, engines, duh. Propeller bench, propellers, same as before. Instrument bench is instruments. Everything else really hasn't changed. So one thing I did need to mention, of course, like I said, we have traffic cones, fun with cones. You have crash barriers. And the unique thing about these is if you connect them, they will rotate to a line. So you can have both vertical and horizontal, or not vertical, both axis, yeah. And you could always combine that with, say, like some stone or something and just make yourself a little pavilion. My personal favorite are our poles here. So let me go over here to the street. So poles, basically you have bases, and they will automatically connect themselves to anything that's a solid block. So you can have that. Of course, if there's not a solid block, I mean, they'll still connect to one another. Regular poles won't connect to solid blocks. But the idea is that you can just make structures with them. And when you get enough poles, you can affix things to them. There are currently, but we have plans for more things. There's traffic lights that animate. I'm never good at getting these things. So you can go and you can put not a crash barrier, traffic signal, and maybe another traffic signal. And if you wanted to, you could put a street light up here, out to the way of colliding with giant trucks. So there we go. So you got a street light and a traffic signal. And let me put another traffic signal just to demonstrate something. Another traffic signal. Yeah, that's about where that went. There's that, there's that, there's that, and there's that, and 1, 2, and 1. Yeah, close enough. Alright, so as you can see, they actually light up, and the traffic signals, if put on a XZ axis, will automatically change their states. So they're actually working animated traffic signals. In the future, we may make it configurable what they animate, but for now it's kind of static. No, not night host 18,000. They also light up quite nicely, as do the streetlights. So you can get yourself a real modern looking city with not too many different parts. Just take the streetlights, take a extremely detailed Peterbilt, and a fire truck or two, and maybe a Volkswagen Beetle, and boom, you've got yourself a pretty decent city map, which is far better than what it used to be in version 10, where you got yourself a Scout and a rugged-looking GMC. So the variety is definitely there. I know there's a Dozer pack in the works, and Cactus 27 is also working on more vehicles. I cannot tell you when that'll be out, but it'll be out sometime, I'm hoping. Anyways, that's it for now. Download the mod. Come see us on Discord if you want to talk about it. Leave a thumbs up or something. I don't care about likes. This is just an info channel. But anyways, this is Don Bruce, signing off.